We're live.
Yes. Noelle Nielsen just tagged me on a live video on Facebook. What is she doing?
We are live.
Oh, there I am.
We're live.
Hi, lab coats.
We are still getting used to this going live on Facebook with this platform here.
We're not getting used to it.
I am. This was my first time doing it myself.
You're the first time driving the bus.
Yes. Yes.
So, hey, happy Monday.
Hi. So you're from a different location tonight.
I am in a St. Louis bread company, otherwise known as Panera to the rest of you in the world.
That's from St. Louis.
I think so. And then it's also where we bread slice our bagels, which has become a very hot topic lately. You never heard of that?
What? No.
Oh, come on. Bread slicing bagels. Here, let me show you. So you take your bagel and you slice it like this. Like slice, so you take the bagel and they got a machine and it just slices it and everybody loves it. You should try it sometime. It's amazing.
It's going to get dried out.
No, we're going to eat it like right now.
While we're doing this?
Well, my daughter is sitting on the other side of the table.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's sitting here just like with a stupid grin staring at me the whole time.
Nice. I am a fan of actually eating on camera, and I get crap about it from my videographer, but my thing is that I didn't mean right now.
Oh, sorry.
My thing is that it does make people feel like they're just kind of there hanging out with you, right?
True. It's like, is it so when people, or when you're doing the video in the car, does it make people feel like they're sitting next to you in the car?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so tonight we have a couple different topics that we were going to discuss. We wanted to Colin, he likes to eat on camera too. That's why Colin and I get along.
I mean, it depends how you eat, though. If you eat like with that loud, obnoxious chewing voice or chewing sound, then don't do it.
Well, yeah. All right. Okay, so anyway, back on track.
Sorry. Topics. Mastermind. Let's start with where we were last week.
Yes.
Takeaways, what masterminding has done for us. By the way, you're Tristan Ahumada. You can change that if you want to on the screen.
Oh, that's okay. I can be Tristan for today.
You are one lucky person. I get to be that lucky person occasionally.
Anyway, so we were in California last week. It feels like it was a year ago already.
A few days ago.
For a mastermind called Closing Table. And the first day of it, we did come live with you guys last week from there with Sam Karamian. But the first day of it, we got to sit in with another group of people called War Room. And it was really cool. It was all of these crazy tech companies. Most of them had nothing to do with real estate. In fact, I was sitting at a table with this guy, and he's 31, and he's there telling me about how he only sold his first business on Amazon for $14 million, which made me feel like a little out of my league. But the cool thing about being a part of this, at being inspired by video and tech, was that all of these businesses were talking about how important video is in business and marketing and getting your story out to your customer. And so I just thought that was really cool. Did you get that same sense?
Well, I will say this. So first of all, again, Closing Table is like a very high level real estate mastermind. And so it started from, just to give people a little premise or background of what it is, it started from War Room. So Sam Karamian is the one who started the group with some guys named Roland Frazier, Perry Belcher, Ryan Dice, and these guys own a company called Digital Marketer. And these guys are like super, super brilliant marketing people. And they have this group called War Room, which is like 8 times, 10 times the size of Closing Table. And it's all these entrepreneurs and business people that come together just to share strategies. They bring in these super high level speakers. It was awesome. So for us, we were very lucky to be a part of that. Granted, Closing Table brings in very high level speakers as well, but they kind of immersed us that day. And exactly what you said, you surround yourself with people that are like on levels, on stratospheres that are beyond what I can even imagine, but it brings so much. I mean, you leave there just like completely mind blown. And exactly what you just said is, like, for me, I got invited to Closing Table because of video, because Sam saw my videos. This was 2 years ago. And obviously everybody knows what the hell is happening to your career right now because of video. And but it's seriously, it puts you on the map. It allows you to be seen. It grows your brand, right? And this is why you and I are sitting here talking about this every Monday night.
Yeah.
Because of what we've done with video. And if I can say one thing about masterminding and surrounding yourself with successful and smart people, do more of it. If you're not doing it, do more of it. Find these groups, get into these groups, do whatever it takes to get found or to get into these groups. If you have to pay to get in them, do it. It's worth it. And Noelle, you've just, you're pretty new to this game as far as the masterminding is concerned. And I think you can attest to the power of it.
Yeah, well, I've been masterminding like a madman over the last year, just trying to learn and take in as much as I can. Because while I'm maybe have mastered the video, if you will, although I think I still have a long ways to go on that, I'm still trying to learn the rest of the stuff that all these guys are talking about with automation and drip campaigns and whatnot. And I can use my video in some of that, but you still have to learn how to do it. And so I'm getting tons of takeaways when I'm going to these things, and it's fun. It's really cool to trade info with all of these.
I agree.
Players.
I agree. You will learn so much, which brings me to my next topic that we didn't say that we're going to talk about, but Noelle was interviewed today on Real Closers, right? Another real estate Facebook group. You were talking with Kevin Markarian and Tristan, and you were talking about branding, and you gave me a shout out. Thank you very much. However, you labeled me to being an iMovie video editor, which is true for the most part, but I do professional editing sometimes.
On what?
I don't. I hire someone. So I don't do it myself.
Okay.
When I do my own video. So I think the reason I was going to give you crap for that was because I purposely do it more so now than ever, partially because of this show, partially because I've been teaching, because I had so many people ask me, teach me how to do video. Well, I don't want to take, you and I talk about this, is if I teach somebody that's never done video before and say, okay, here's an example of my Olympics video that I did last year. They would be like, whoa, that was like really awesome, because it was professionally edited, it was professionally done, and whatnot. Your videos are like as close to professionally done as they can possibly be if they're not professionally done. And so I feel like that can be intimidating. So I intentionally keep it simple so I can show people that you can do this too. So you can actually make a nice video that's not just this, which you said you do too, right? You hold the phone out, but you can get your own simple tripod. We talk about this all the time, but I wanted to defend myself since you guys talked about me. Go on.
Well, I will say that every time we've talked, you've given me guff for being able to use Adobe Premiere. So I just had to say that's
because you're, it's like the rich kid. It's like the rich kid.
I learned it all myself. Okay, break. So we have somebody in the comments that's asking, they asked a great question. What do you think of older agents doing video? I am very techie and use many different automation services, but am not comfortable on video. And I tagged a friend of mine that I met at one of these masterminds that is actually, man, if she was in Minnesota, I would be going after her to come aboard with us because she is nailing it on video. So I've tagged her below. Her name is Valerie. She is in Orange County. She is nailing it with video. She makes me laugh every time she does a video. Go check her out. Check out her page. She's really classy when she does video, but she finds a way to add humor, and she uses who she is as part of the humor in her video. And a lot of my humor and the stuff that I'm adding in is pretty self-deprecating, and you just have to own who you are. You just have to own who you are.
Be authentic, be yourself. And that brings up a good point, which is another thing you guys talked about today was, and I won't name any names, and you didn't name any names today, so I don't even know who you're talking about, but you said that recently somebody said something about don't be entertaining in your videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the first thing ever that we agree on. We agree that we disagree with this person, that Your videos should absolutely be, if not authentic, just to be, or not, if not entertaining, be authentic.
So yes, it was a big name person. I won't say their name, but it was a speaker I went to 2 masterminds last week. I'm kind of masterminded out, but it was on the first leg of it. We brought in a big speaker, and that speaker said, don't, you're not here to entertain. Don't try to be entertaining in your videos. I wanted to crawl in a hole and hide because everybody there knew my video. I like seriously wanted to hide. Because it made me question what I'm doing. And I knew that last week, then I had this crazy video that I had just gotten done filming that was going to be coming out after he said that. And it made me think twice before I hit post on my video that I posted.
Well, I'm surprised that nobody stepped up at this group and said, I disagree. I would have. Nobody stood up and defended you on that and said
no one dared say anything, and I definitely did not dare say anything because I think everybody was pretty sick of listening to me.
I absolutely disagree with whoever that was, and I would stand by that all day long, because like you even said it best, and that's what I say is I think about what do people want to watch. So I'm in the mortgage business more than I am the real estate business, and if I go on there and talk about programs and interest rates and marketing and all that BS, I lose every follower I've ever had. And right now, my videos are my 4-month-old baby. And guess what? I get 100 to 200 likes and tons of engagement on every single one.
Way cuter than you are.
That's what people want to see. Well, duh.
Everybody would way rather watch her giggling than watch you yapping or yapper.
It's money. Find your thing. Find whatever it is that your hobbies are, what your interests are, and you're going to have a bunch of raving fans. You're going to have a bunch of followers all day long.
And you're going to have haters, and hopefully have a couple haters, because otherwise it's like that saying, if you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
That's right. All right. And if you do have haters, guess what? That means they're paying attention.
Seth would like you to talk more about interest rates.
Seth, only an attorney would say that. Only an attorney.
We tried doing a few videos with Seth early on. We may try it again at some point, but we went into the law firm, and
I want to bring Seth on sometime to talk about the legal side of your videos and compliance. And even though that's boring, sorry, Seth, I didn't mean it in a bad way. It's relevant and it's important, and you need to know.
And there are some legal issues that can come up with video. So we actually maybe should do that. Let's schedule him to come on.
Yep. Dave's asking me what rate he can get. Oh man, I'm not even gonna go there, dude. What's your LTV? How much money do you have down?
All right, so you already lost me. I don't know what any of that.
See?
Boring.
That's funny.
Okay, so let's just finish up on this whole masterminding and video piece of it, and then we can move into part B. But I would say that a huge chunk of the content that we talked about was actually video. Yeah. Would you agree?
I would agree.
It's the trending thing right now.
Yes, 100%. You know what? And it's been trendy for longer than, I mean, I have been hearing people say this. You know, Quavos is one of them who's been saying video is the thing for 2.5 years now. And so it's like nobody's jumping on the bandwagon enough. And we're going to keep saying it because jump on, absolutely jump on.
Yeah.
Which can lead us to the next topic before we get to the best topic, which is vlogging.
Yes.
And this is another good example. So we talk about different video styles and different things that you can do for video. And the next, I'm going to say the next phase, the next social media craze is going to be YouTube. I mean, it really already is, but for business, right? So it's already there. If you have kids, they watch videos all the time. But if you don't follow Billie Jean as marketing, you should. And if you're not vlogging, it's another easy way to ease into video. And I don't know what it necessarily means to you, but vlogging, from what I understand and from what my kids tell me, which is who tells me to vlog, is you basically just want to document your life. So document something about your life. So for me, I'm starting to create a vlog based on my travels. So I was vlogging while I was in California, creating just little B-roll, taking pictures and doing little B-roll videos of my travels. I'll edit it together and create a, 10-minute vlog, because if you're doing YouTube, The optimal time frame on YouTube is 7 to 10 minutes, I think they say, but the longer is actually better on YouTube. So if you're new to video, vlogging is a great way to just document your life and be you and talk about whatever it is you're doing. Now make it something interesting, but make it whatever it is that is you, so you can create more media on another platform. Your opinion? Your thoughts?
What'd you say?
Vlogging. Talk about vlogging.
I'm just kidding. You went on a long rant there.
Sorry.
I agree on vlogging. It's actually how I got started. Originally, I thought that I was just going to do more YouTube stuff with my video, and that it wasn't going to have anything to do with real estate. And then I couldn't help it. It transitioned into real estate, and it is what it is now. But I originally started watching YouTubers like Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon, and people that have made an absolute career out of walking around with a camera and just doing interesting things during the day. So I do want to say, don't just video like yourself doing stupid stuff. Nobody wants to see that. You have to make it entertaining. You have to find something of value that people want to hear about or see, whether it's going to a local coffee shop during your day, you know, as a realtor, or if vlogging the experience at a closing. That's real estate related, but if you've got like a fun couple or fun people that you're working with, you could vlog that. There's some people in our market that are doing that pretty well. And so, it takes practice. Maybe you make 4, 5, 6 vlogs and they never go anywhere. You don't publish them until you get more used to watching yourself on the camera, finding things that you do and you don't like about yourself. I do something really weird when I'm on camera. I can't believe I'm even talking about this on LabCoat Live, but I analyze when I'm on video. Sometimes I'll walk around like this. My assistant and my videographer call it dead hands. Okay, and you'll catch yourself doing really odd things when you're on camera. And now I'm never going to live that down. I wish I had never said it out loud. I can already see that I'm regretting saying it right now, but that's the goal of practicing it with actual video. And unless you do it, you won't learn, and you won't figure out what looks good and what doesn't look good.
I agree. And did you see Jennifer's got a question for you about your, actually there's a couple. Colin's got a question, and so does Jennifer. I'll let you answer.
What's your timeline for your listing video strategy in relation to a listing going live timeline? Well, if I actually videoed my listings, I would have an answer for you, Colin. I am bad about that. I don't video my listings. I video them occasionally. Like I've brought Realtor Boy through a few of my higher end listings throughout the last couple years, but otherwise I don't. I'll go and I'll do my video for Zillow. And most of our listings are going in a day. So it's just not the best use of my video time. I would rather be putting out clever content than videoing listings.
I can give you one thing too, and Sharon talks about this, is that a lot of people don't actually use, is most people do the same thing with their listing videos. They're at an open house, or they're in front of 123 Main Street. Here, let me show you the house. That's not different. Nobody's gonna watch that because there's 25 of those in their feed every weekend. But what you can do is like, let's just say you're going to a listing presentation. You go to a listing presentation. What you do is, before you even go in to meet the client, you go live and do a quick video in front of the house, give a couple of quick snippets about the house, and then you go in and say, hey, take a look at what I did here. I've got 50 views, and basically you're kind of lobbying, you're selling yourself on the kind of things you're gonna do. Or you actually do that a couple of days in advance, and then you target it and try to drive some leads, and you show up to the listing, because what other agent that you're in competition with is going to bring that to a listing presentation?
Yeah. Well, and Sharon has some really cool, if you've ever listened to one of his ideas, he's got some really cool things that he'll do with that outside of that too. So I would recommend going and watch. He's got some really unique ideas. I haven't
talking about Sharon Srivatsa.
Yeah, I haven't implemented any of them. One thing I will say about Colin, I'll plug Colin on here. Colin, I have seen some of your listing videos and they're awesome. You are probably one of the best agents that are doing these listing videos out there. So people, you should go onto his feed and go check out his videos, because he is doing a good job. And I think if we were in a slower market, I probably would have a different answer for that. But because the market is moving so quickly, I generally am not doing listing videos. If I am doing them, they're happening for me like the first week of live.
But you're talking about selling the house. Colin's talking about he gets more listings that way. So he's leveraging. I imagine he goes into a listing presentation and say, hey, check this out. I bet the other agent down the street's not going to do this. And I would agree with you 100%, Colin.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true.
It's like using video to get more business. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you and I use it for recruiting.
Using it as part of your listing strategy.
To me, your videos are more of a recruiting strategy. I mean, you're selling your brand and you're attracting people saying, ooh, I want to be a part of someone who goes out and pets horses and throws gasoline on themselves.
Yes. While I am using them for recruiting, it also has been easy for my sphere watches the videos, and then I don't really even have to bring a listing presentation. I have a lot of come list me's. I rarely ever do listing presentations anymore. I just don't, because my sphere is watching. Okay, so anyway, Jennifer, Noelle, do you have a group you run your ideas past before putting it to video?
I'll answer this question. The way her brain works, like if you could climb inside that brain, I don't even know how to describe this, but I just can imagine that it's like really bright, and there's a bunch of people dancing around in there, and they're probably drinking
Diet Coke. Yeah. I do have some core people. Seth, it gets sick of me coming up with video ideas. Generally, I'm constantly talking about ideas. The videographer that's now in-house, he tells me no most of the time on most of my videos. In fact, the last one that we did last week, it was a no from him, but we did it anyway. And then once we started doing it, then he started to enjoy it. But he was not really loving it when I presented the idea. I have to usually overcome several objections when I have an idea.
Hey, well, you ran it by us, and we were like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I ran it by you after it was already done.
Yeah, right. Well, we were sitting there on the phone call with your videographer where you, weren't too nice to him.
I wasn't not nice. I just had some critiques. I'm picky. Okay, here's another person. I noticed you mentioned the Hero for vlogging. Do you split time between iPhone or primarily use Hero? Are you using the new Hero 7? And do you use drone or drone lifestyle footage for vlogging? I have answers. Do you have answers?
Go ahead.
I have the old Hero. I have not gotten the new Hero 7. Tim Macy has been doing a ton of vlogging with the Hero 7. If you Google Tim Macy, you will find him. His videos are turning out awesome. The Hero 7 is actually on my to purchase list as in ASAP. It has a new internal stabilizer, so you can kind of avoid some of the joggling when you're using your iPhone unless you have it in a stabilizer. It's really cool for that. You do want to get an external microphone, however, if you're going to use that. And drones. You want to have a license if you're going to use a drone.
Yeah, but drones for vlogging?
Yes. And we will, once it warms up outside, you will start seeing way more drone footage because Seth went and got his Part 107. But
define what you're using the drone for in your vlog.
Well, I'm a
listing or a property, right? But for a vlog.
I don't have to drive a car to work anymore. I've got an office that's close enough to my house, so I'm going to start driving, I think, like an e-bike or something really silly and follow.
Start flying on your drone?
If you ever watch some of that Casey Neistat stuff or whatever, although he doesn't use drone as much anymore either because there are some legal implications when you are using a drone. So I would say if you're going to use a drone, it makes amazing footage, but make sure that if you're using it commercially, like in any sense, you're putting it out commercially. So like if you're saying you're a realtor and you're putting it out, that is a commercial use. They've cracked down quite a bit with drone law. We can talk about that when we bring the lawyer on. But that is something that you do need to be cautious about. So normally if I'm getting drone footage, well, now I've got the license, but before I would hire it out.
Yeah.
Even though I have it.
And to answer that question on my end, I use this guy right here, this iPhone right here, to shoot all of the vlogging videos, because to me it's I'm doing it in the moment. So, you know, again, my vlog is about my travels and primarily work travels. So, you know, started out with in the airport telling people where I'm going, and then you just blend it all together and show little snips of the entire trip. So whatever, it depends what you're vlogging about, I think, on what you're going to use. And, you know, GoPros are also pretty damn awesome, especially the new ones, which have stabilizers.
Okay. So I think that's all of our questions. I think we got them all so far. Do we want to move into?
Yes, let's move in because we're already at 7:27. So yeah, let's talk about somebody's newest video that came out last week. And then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when I said, if you get inside of Noelle's head, you have no idea what you're going to find in there. Go on. Yeah, let's go. Do you know how to
I mean, should we watch it on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold on here. Let me get it pulled up here.
Yeah, so the 17 watchers right now and the future watchers, you want to stick around for that. If you haven't seen this video, you want to watch this video.
All right, hold on.
Get your game face on. Let's go. Come on, Mrs. Techie.
Let's see. I'm learning how to use this thing. So we're sharing my screen right now. Here we go.
Put your messenger down.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna maximize this here. There. Oh.
Turn the sound up.
Busy. It's up. Why is it not working?
I don't know. Because you suck.
Well, it's all the way up.
Somebody's not so techie anymore, is she?
I'm not. That's techie. I told you.
Well, I tell you what, people can go watch this. We could do it another time. Remember, I struggled with this that one time, but I just had to turn mine all the way. See, look, you have the subtitles on. Does that mean or did you just put them in that video?
Well, they're always I always put.
Somebody's not so techie anymore, is she?
I'm not. See, this is why that's techie. I told you.
Well, I tell you what, people can go watch this. We could do it another time. Remember, I struggled with this that one time, but I just had to turn mine all the way. See, look, that's on yours because you've got Facebook on right now. So go back to the Facebook thing. Or did you just put them in that video?
Hold on. Well, they're always I always.
Yeah, Leo, it's not me because she's playing it. So I've got the headset in. He would be right, but I've got the headset in. That was coming from her computer, not mine.
Okay, I shut it down.
But yes, that video was so funny. Or you don't have earbuds in, do you?
No.
Okay, yeah. So it's just user error. That's what we're gonna call this. User error.
Anybody that wants to see it, they can go on my page and scroll down and they'll find it.
You know what? You can share it. Share it in the comments.
I can share it in the comments when we're done here. I'll do that.
So okay, so now let's get to it. So you this was by the way, that was a clone video, which that's like super advanced. Those are super fun to do. I've done a couple of them. They're hard to do because you have to video yourself talking to yourself, so the timing is like perfect. You almost have to script it out, right? So talk about where you come up with these just absolutely insane ideas.
So the idea for that video actually had been in my head for a little while. I had been watching YouTube one morning and a YouTube commercial came on, because if you watch YouTube, you'll notice that there's different commercials on YouTube than there are on regular TV. And they do that because most of the people that are watching YouTube have a shorter attention span, or they need something extra creative. It's partially why I watch so much YouTube. But so anyway, there was an Apple commercial that came on that had caught my eye. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could totally turn that into a real estate video. And so I started thinking about it and realizing that it was going to be something that could be done and tied back to inside my brain. So that's the easiest way to describe it.
but yet you used it. I mean, it was so clever because it was real estate related, branding related, and you tied it back to your brokerage. And that is a perfect example of how you can get insanely creative and still tie it back to business in a unique way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And most of the videos that we do, that's the ultimate goal, is to make them, we do a ton of parodies. And we try to pick up on things that are going to be relatable to people, that are recognizable, that are entertaining, that are proven entertaining things. That's the benefit of using something that is a parody, because it's already proven. People already like that thing. So then we just pick it up and I twist it around to figure out how to tie it back to real estate. And so with this one, it was a little bit more of a stretch. We had to come up with our theme. And generally in the videos that we do, you will see there are usually 3 parts or 3 things. And, you know, we kind of talked about that at the mastermind this last week. There was a speaker that had been brought in that originally did the We Are the World tour.
Yeah,
And
he produced it, yeah.
yeah, he talked about the magic of 3s. And as he was talking, I realized that a lot of our videos that we do and a lot of the way that my brain thinks is in 3s. And I had already filmed this video. And there's 3 of me in it. And I have 3 different concepts that I was trying to get across in the video. And I would always encourage agents, as you're starting to try to script out a story or a video, or even if it's a live, even if you're going to go live, sit down for 5 minutes and write down, what are your 3 main bullet points? What is the message that you're trying to get out? A beginning, a middle, and an end. Like, use that number of 3 and make yourself sit down and write it out. We do it every time that we come out with a spotlight for one of our agents, and it works.
I agree. And that one worked really, really well. And I don't know, when it comes to topics and creativity for videos too, is to, just to give people another idea, is use what's hot right then and there too. Like again, I did an Olympics video and I won a gold medal for branding. I just made it up, but we got creative with it and had fun with it. And it was entertaining, and it gained a ton of views, and it was a lot of organic reach. And if you're gonna do video and you're gonna entertain, if you can't think of ways like Noelle can to tie it back to business, just use something that's hot and that's just going on right now. You can parodies, like you said, all day long, whether it's politics or sports or movies or whatever, TV shows, anything. There's so many ways you can go with it. It's like endless.
Yeah, although I would probably steer away from too much politics.
I don't disagree unless it's neutral. Stay neutral.
Yeah. Speaking of politics, Trump drove right by my office today. Right by it. I watched him on the way there and on the way out.
Did you wave?
They wouldn't let me in. I did wave.
Oh, we have a cool picture of you. Actually, that picture is making it into my vlog from last week, where we were doing the scavenger hunt, and we had to do a picture with you with the Trump hair. Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
I got you.
All right. Well, I think that kind of sums up our day. I'll share that video. And
Please do.
If you guys have questions, or if you have questions about maybe we should bring Seth on sooner than later. If they've got legal questions or whatever, post them or send them to us, and we'll bring them on and have them rehearse.
Talk about compliance. Well, again, it is an important topic. And if anybody has any recommendations for guests, we'd love to take them. We could talk video all week long, every single week. But it's fun to bring different people on like we had last week. And it's fun to change things up. So yeah, bring it. Please share. Please let people know about it if you find any value in this show. We appreciate the following. And we look forward to doing it again next week.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.